And I'm really excited to get this program kicked off. So introducing none other than our Mayor, Rex Richardson. Kick it off.
What's up, Uptown? All right. Well, this has been a project a long time coming for our North Long Beach community. Is this on? Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. All right. It's been a project a long time coming. A lot of love, a lot of neighborhood input on this project, and we're just so glad to be here today to finally cut the ribbon on the Artesia Great Boulevard Project. That's right. So before I give my comments, I want to just recognize some folks who are in attendance. Of course, we have our council members, Joni Ricks Odie in the 9th District, Tanua Thrash Intook in the 8th District. This project touches both of those corridors, all the way down from city limit to city limit. We also see Council Member Monica Manalo from the Artesia City Council. And we have retired 9th District Council Member Steve Neal. Where's Steve? There he is. Steve Neal. I got stories to tell. Sean Kearns with Congresswoman Nanette Barragan, our North Long Beach congressperson. That's right. And we have our Gateway Cities COG, Hector De La Torre. Thanks a lot for being here, Hector. And our North Long Beach residents. That's right. That's right. Good. Well, just a few thoughts on this project. I can remember when my very first city council meeting as chief of staff to Councilmember Neal. And Councilmember Neal, in his speech, I'll never forget these words. He said, Uptown should be a preview to downtown. And he said that, and he said it in the context of we ought to invest in Artesia Boulevard. Because every day, hundreds of thousands of people, their only experience of Long Beach is what they see traveling east and west along Artesia Boulevard. But for us who live here, because I am the first mayor from the north side of Long Beach, because we live here, we know it's much more than just the people passing through. There are neighborhoods, there's Jordan High School, there's the students going to Hamilton Middle School, there's Star King. There's a whole community around Artesia Boulevard. We all connect to Artesia Boulevard. So it's incredibly important to us that we have a corridor that is safe, a corridor that is walkable and livable. You can take a bike if you want to and it's safe. You can stop by Robert Earl's Barbecue and it's safe. And that is beautiful, that it's inviting. It's something we can all be proud of when we come to and from our homes. That's what this project does. Now, this project's been a long time in the making because Councilman Neal called for this in 2010. It's 2015. The project really picked up around 2015. When I was a council member, we started off with the Gateway Cities COG. We brought 6 cities together that were along the Artesia corridor from the 605 to the city of Compton. We all formed a committee and came up with a vision for all of Artesia from the 605 to the 710. From that, Long Beach was first to step forward. We applied for a Metro Call for Projects grant, and we got about $5 million. $40 million later, because the $5 million wasn't gonna cut it, $40 million later, we now are opening the first leg of this incredible transformation. So what we anticipate, what we hope to see, is all the rest of the cities who've been a part of this process now have the inspiration to move forward and make sure there's a seamless experience for pedestrians, for businesses, for bikers from the 605 to the 710. That's the overall vision here. This project's changed a lot of hands. This project's had a lot of leaders, public works directors and council members, but and city managers. What's been consistent is that everyone has made this project a priority. Everyone has said this is a project that we have to see take place, and it has to have high standards for our community. One thing we decided was because it's so important in this project, so many people are invested in it, we actually want to dedicate this project the way we dedicate buildings. So this will be the first corridor in the city that actually has a dedication plaque that shares and recognizes this moment. And so make sure, and this will be installed right over here, right in front of Uptown Commons. it's going to highlight the council members, the Elevate 28 capital investment program, where we're investing almost $1 billion in infrastructure between now and 2028 all across our city to make sure our whole city feels included, feels invested in, and feels recognized as we prepare to welcome the world as a major venue city for the 2028 Olympics. So we got a lot going on here in Long Beach. We're very proud of this project, but we have a whole lot more to do. A lot more to do in North Long Beach and all across our whole city. So it's my honor now to continue this program by welcoming my council member, the 9th District Council Member, Dr. Joni Ricks Odie. All right.
And the mayor is my most engaged resident. Good morning, Uptown. All right, you know me, I'm gonna have us do that one more time because I gotta really get the oomph in there. So one more time, good morning, Uptown. There we go. It is a great day in North Long Beach. I want to thank Mayor Rex Richardson, and thank you all for joining us today. I just want to give a shout out to former council member Steve Neal, who kicked all this off. When we talk about legacy, these are those kind of legacy projects, right? The things that are transformational, that impact communities for generations to come, and that's what this project is. So it is an honor to stand before you today and proudly call attention to this fantastic project, the Artesia Great Boulevard Project, to celebrate not just the completion of the project, but the bold investment in North Long Beach and the future of our community. I would also like to take a moment to recognize those who are in attendance. I know the council our former council member, now mayor, acknowledged a few folks, but I just want to call out a few more. Again, council member Tanua Thrash Intuk, thank you so much for being here. Our amazing, fantastic, one of my favorites, I'll just say that, directors, Erica Lopez, Director of Public Works, our city manager, Tom Modica, all of our fantastic community-based organizations that are here tabling today, Puente Latino, Pools of Hope, Bike Long Beach, Pedal Movement, Car Light, thank you so much for joining us today. And I know we called out our neighborhood associations, but I want to call out our leaders by name, just because I think these are folks that have rode with us for decades, been amazing leaders, amazing advocates, and I just want to recognize them, which is wonderful Miss Linda Wilson here with College Square. Mr. Wendell and Miss Eileen Owen from St. Francis. Otis Ralph from Houghton Park Neighborhood Association. Miss Becky Rustin from Houghton Park Neighborhood Association. And the reason why it's so important to have our neighborhood associations here is that, believe it or not, this corridor touches every single neighborhood in our district outside of St. Francis, but they're connected to Ramona Park, so they're included too. But so when we talk about this being a transformational event, that's what we mean, right? Every single neighborhood sees this corridor, traverses this corridor every single day. And so the idea that we have a project that when we drive it as residents, right, we feel like it's reflective of the community that it serves, is going to encourage pedestrian movement, encourage biking, right, protect our bikers, protect our pedestrians, right, and give people that experience that we want in Uptown, right, that reflection that Uptown is a community that we are proud of. One of the things when I was running for office is that I told people, I said, folks in North Long Beach, this isn't a second choice for people. This is our choice. We choose to live in North Long Beach. We choose to live in Uptown because we are proud of the community that we live in. I also want to acknowledge some of our elected offices. Again, thank you to Congresswoman Nanette Bettigon's office. Thank you to Assemblymember Josh Lowenthal. I think Lizette Kamal is here from his office. We have someone from State Senator Alina Gonzalez's office. Our current Whittier City Councilmember Fernando Dutra is our Metro Board representative with the COG. Unfortunately, he had a death in the family and couldn't join us today, but he wanted to extend his congratulations to us. He grew up here in Houghton Park. His late father had a house here, right? So he is so proud of our community and to be a champion of what we see here before us today. And I also want to acknowledge the Public Works, Transportation, Planning, Management, and Engineering teams, because without them, this wouldn't happen. I want to give, I feel like we all should almost stand from Musen Habib with our transportation team. He was the project manager for this. He lives in Hamilton, the Hamilton neighborhood, so he lives in this neighborhood. This is a sense of pride for him. He was a fantastic partner. Every time I called him to tell him about something that I was seeing or something that I felt like needed to be done, Musen was always there, no matter the time of day. To hear his council member and to make sure again that this project was something that we could be proud of. And so I want to thank him, and I want to thank his team, Akbar Sharifian, Brian Faso, Keith Hoey, Joseph Keela, Paul Van Dyke, and our partners at Harris Associates led by Michael T. Thank you so much for your work. Again, this is a once-in-a-generation project, and it would not have been possible without the visioning, planning, and most importantly, the input and persistence of our community, right? This is something that reflects what our community wants to see, and I'm so proud to be here with you all. Again, we planted over 400 new drought-tolerant trees, nearly tripling what was here before, improving our urban canopy, providing shade, and improving our air quality. We've added protected bike lanes, promoting safer, healthier transportation options for residents of all abilities, and we've installed sustainable landscaping and bioretention systems, improving water quality and contributing to the city's climate goals. The project directly aligns with our climate action plan. I thought that was a butterfly. And advances our shared goal of building safer, more resilient, and more equitable communities. It also enhances a daily life for our local families, making this corridor more livable, more vibrant, and more connected. So as we cut the ribbon today, and we're not just celebrating infrastructure, we're celebrating the kind of future that we want to build together and thrive in. Thank you to everyone who brought this project to life, and thank you to our residents for staying engaged, sharing your vision, and holding us accountable to deliver. And also thank you to the patience of my residents. I know sometimes, you know, the detours and things were difficult, but what we have behind us is what we have to show for it, right? We have to show for that patience, which is a beautiful corridor that reflects the community it serves. And it is now my pleasure to introduce my colleague and partner in North Long Beach, Councilwoman Tanua Thrash Intuk from the great 8th District.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I am just so excited to be here. I was on the ground early, probably in the 9 o'clock hour, looking around. I knew I was going to get some honks. We'll keep those coming. Again, I'm Tanua Thrash Intuk, and so proud to serve as your 8th District Councilwoman. You know, this morning, I am just so excited that this is both a partnership for the 8th and the 9th Districts. Thank you, Mayor, for reminding us of that perspective that was brought so many years ago by the Honorable Steve Neal in ensuring that everyone understood that this is a preview here in North Long Beach for what we have to showcase as a city throughout the entirety of Long Beach. As an urban planner, I often have a hard time trying to explain to my family what I do, let alone explain what I do as a city councilwoman. And so what came to mind to me regarding what this project represents and being able to explain to my kids, as I say, you know, things get busy, life gets hard, things are not always as we want them to be, but what we do have now in the north part of Long Beach on Artesia is a road we can ease on down, right? So whether you decide you're going to come out here and walk and ease on down Artesia, whether you decide you're going to drive down Artesia through our city, you'll be able to ease on down. I see these paved streets, Eric. Whether you decide you're going to hop on a bus, because I was a Long Beach Transit Commissioner and wanted to make sure that we have that access, you'll be able to ease on down. And you see these bikes here, the kids are out here today, we're going to be able to hop on bikes and ease down Artesia Boulevard. So much of what we try and do, we do on behalf of the residents. I want to thank you too for being out here and being so committed to this project and wanting to see it through to have a beautiful neighborhood. So much of what we do, we cannot do without the support of our staff. And I want to thank Tom as well as Eric and the entire teams for making sure that we have the nice big sidewalks in our community as well here in North Long Beach. We dream of a chance for being able to have these kinds of activities, and this corridor represents a stronger, more connected Long Beach to our friends both on the west and east of us. We've got inclusive opportunities for transportation, as I mentioned, regarding easing on down. And this represents a great opportunity for us to showcase what Long Beach is all about. I couldn't be more proud of this plaque. I've seen a lot of plaques, but this one is quite exciting, and one that I hope everyone has a chance to at least touch and know that you were a part of making history happen here on the corridor. So with that, again, I want to thank you all for being here, and I'd like to introduce the city manager for the city of Long Beach, Tom Modica.
Good stuff. He's on down. Thank you very much, Councilwoman. I'll be brief, but we're part of history today. What we did here on this corridor together over the last 10 years has changed this corridor, and it will be here for decades. It'll be here for the future. It'll be here for our grandkids and everyone else. And that's part of what's exciting when we come together as a team and you create a vision and a focus and you listen and you get all kinds of community input, is we hope to change our community for the better. So I do really want to thank the mayor in particular for this is something he talks about like every week. How's Artesia coming? When's Artesia coming? For like 10 years and stuff. So when he was a council member and then as a mayor, but also for giving us the time. So it wasn't do it fast. We could have just gone out and thrown some pavement down, done 1 mile here, then later come another mile. It was create that vision that started with Mr. Neal. Rex inherited that, and then Joni, you really picked that mantle up and you put your own touch on it. And all through the way it changed, we took input, we listened, made little tweaks here and there to make sure that this is going to be a community or a community asset that is here for many years to come. Nothing gets done without money, so thank you, Metro. Metro is a huge supporter. And the COG had a big role in that too. And the COG helped say this is not just a Long Beach project, this is going to be a regional project. And so when we think regionally, that opens up all kinds of different funding sources for us. And as the mayor said, creates the standard that we can help our partner cities as well. Huge thanks to our Public Works team. You're going to hear from Eric, but Eric has touched this project along the way, even before he was director, and now as director as well. And then we really heard from Joni about Musen, but Musen has put his heart and soul into this project. So thank you very much, Musen, for your team and your whole leadership. We're doing so much street work, we had to create a brand new structure just in Public Works to do street delivery just like this, and that is what Musen is heading up. And then Keith Hoey as well, our engineering bureau. All this has to be thought out. We have to be very, very safe on how we do this. So a big thanks to Keith Hoey. Huge thanks to our health department for creating this fun little event that we have going on here. And I can talk a little bit, thank you, health department. Just a couple quick stats. So, because this project is about safety. Well, we call it a complete street. It's not just about car safety, it's about everybody's safety. So this street has 3.2 miles of rehabilitated sidewalks and roadways that are smoother and safer surfaces. We have 4 traffic lights that are smart traffic signals that help support that calming effort that are going to reduce collisions and improve traffic flow. 6 brand new crosswalks at key intersections to enhance that accessibility. And then the median is also designed to keep people hopefully from jaywalking and cross at the right spots and help reduce those traffic-related accidents. So thank you very much, and I'm going to bring up Eric Lopez.
Thank you, Tom, and good morning, everybody. Great to be here with you all. So this is an exciting one, and in May we get the opportunity to celebrate Public Works for 1 week. So we just finished Public Works Week, and in Public Works Week we get to recognize all of the staff, all of the teams in the public sector and the private sector that does Public Works. So can we give a round of applause to everybody that makes Public Works happen in the city? And now you know what Public Works does, right? We do streets, we do medians, we do safety, we do accessibility, we do utilities, we do safety lighting. We do it all. So we're really happy to be here with you. All of my team was mentioned. Musen is one of the gems in our department and has really taken the leadership role. Want to thank him personally as well. And then our city traffic engineer, Paul Van Dyke, has played a key role here. He reminds ask me all the time, this was one of our high injury corridors in the city. I think it was like number 20. It is no longer a high injury corridor. All of the safety improvements that Tom mentioned are directly tied to addressing all of those issues that we've had and that the community identified. So this is a safer, more livable, more bikeable, more accessible arterial corridor now. So I want to thank our city traffic engineer, Joseph Killa, our assistant city engineer. Before he was assistant city engineer, he was a senior engineer with Public Works, and he was in this project, and he stayed on until the very end. So I want to thank Joseph for his hard work on helping deliver this project. These projects do not happen without our public supporters, but also our private partners. So we have a couple private partners, starting with Granite Construction. Without Granite Construction, we wouldn't be here. So Granite, thank you so much for the hard work and the efforts. All of this has to be engineered. All of it has to be designed. It takes a lot of details to make a project like this happen. Hundreds and hundreds of pages of engineering plans. So GHD Engineering did that for us. So I want to thank GHD for their contributions to this project. And then, as somebody said it earlier, the landscaping was a focus. The landscaping took a lot of work. The landscaping gets designed as well, just like everything else. So RJM Design Group did a really good job working with us, working with the community, and ending up with a plant palette that we can all be proud of. So I want to thank RGM Landscape Architecture as well. Pedal Movement that manages our bike share program. We're working with Pedal Movement to expand bikeability, to expand the number of bikes we have, to make things safer. We are also working. We also co-created together the Bike Share for All program that makes biking more accessible than ever before in our city. So really want to thank them for being here as well and supporting our efforts. Thank you, Pedal Movement. All right, so with that, I want to thank all of our elected officials, our mayor, city council members, our city manager. Without them, we cannot do the work that we do. The funding does not just grow on trees, right? The city council helps set the tone to allow these types of projects to get funded and to become a reality. So I want to thank our elected officials for all of their hard work and support making projects like this happen. And with that, we're gonna do a picture. So I want to invite all the dignitaries to help cut the ribbon. And we are officially done with this project. I can go focus on the 1,000 other projects in the city now. So thank you all. Appreciate you. I can be one edge.